Go back to the IU Pro Day here at Indiana University, here in Mellencamp Pavilion, and we're sitting with Howard Griffith, of course, from the Big Ten Network, and our guest, Nate Sudfeld. Nate, first of all, welcome to the show, and you guys put on a pretty good show here today.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a blast. Thank you guys for coming.
Well, no problem there. And talk a little bit about what this experience has been like for you. Obviously, you were part of the Combine. You're part of Pro Day today. Obviously, there's pressure involved in both of these, I assume.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's what you dream about doing. So it's awesome to, do all the things, an All-Star game, a Combine, and a Pro Day. But it's crazy how spread out they all are, because you go to an All-Star game, talk to a bunch of teams, in a few weeks you don't hear anything, and then you go to the Combine, talk to a bunch of teams, then you don't hear anything. It's just, you have no clue. They're all so close to the vest, so you could go wherever, and we'd all just be happy to go to one place. So we're excited.
I understand that. Talk a little bit about the All-Star Experience. Obviously, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was a blast. I mean, first of all, competing with some guys I've played against and watched on TV so much. That was a good time, and then meeting some good coaches and NFL personnel. That was really cool. Kind of get your feet wet in the whole process, and then playing the game, just kind of playing with guys again you've played with. It was a blast.
Talk a little bit about your throwing today. Was it scripted, or did you just kind of go from what the scouts wanted to see? Did they take you through each throw?
Had it scripted right here. Yes, sir.
Let's see what you got here.
I made sure I color-coded it. The green was receivers, the blue was tight ends, the red was running backs. So I made sure we were all on the same page. They all kind of had one to look over, and little notes, making sure they were clean on depth and angles. So yeah, they did a great job.
Talk a little bit about you had a chance to throw today to some guys you're familiar with, and how different is that when you're throwing in a setting that you're not so familiar with the guy?
Yeah. I think that's my biggest, one of my biggest traits as a quarterback is just the off-season work, the preparation, the processing with the process with guys that you're familiar with and getting on the same page. And so that's a little more difficult when you're with guys you don't understand where they're going to be, just the little intricacies. But, I mean, like you said, today it was really nice to have guys I was familiar with, knew exactly what their angle was on a post and things like that. So it was, it's my element. It was a lot of fun.
Spent some time under center.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of time.
Hey, all of them. All of them.
That's the question, right?
Yes,
Can he move from under center?
Yes, sir. That's, kind of the big question is these shotgun quarterbacks. Even though in the NFL you see most teams are 70% shotgun. It's kind of a rite of passage. So, it was great.
What have you learned about yourself through this process?
Well, I've learned a lot about myself, really. It's kind of been, because, again, there's a lot of time to kind of think. All you're doing is training and eating healthy and taking care of your body, so a lot of time to think, and you really realize either you love football or you don't. And I just realized, man, I love this. I love the process of it. I love every bit of it. So, it's good to know I'm doing what I love and hopefully get a shot at it.
Sonny, in getting prepared for this whole thing, was this more about you throwing the football? Was it more about getting in different physical condition? What was it all about in that regard?
Well, I just wanted to come out and show whoever was here and just that I love playing. I love doing it. I love working with my guys. I love to compete. I'll do whatever. I don't care if I'm not the best at one thing or not. I'm going to work at it, and I'm not afraid of my weaknesses, and so I'm going to work at them again. And then when I just get to go out and throw the ball around, that's nothing I like better to do better. So that's my favorite thing.
What, as far as being contacted, nobody's contacted you at this point, or do you have any contact with agents or those kinds of people who are interceding in behalf of scouts or that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I have an agent who's kind of taking care of that stuff for me, talking to teams for me and stuff. And but I've talked to almost every single team throughout the process, and a lot of coaches, a lot of scouts, a lot of GMs and things like that. So again, they all play it so close to their chest. You have no clue where you're going. The person I maybe talk to most probably doesn't want me, and the person I haven't talked to once maybe wants me. So
that's how it works.
That's how it works. So, yep. So I'm just enjoying it.
Well, have a great time. Obviously, we look forward to seeing you at the next level. There's no question about that. We believe you've got the skills and the talent to get it done.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.